And now a formal welcome back to ESA Summer Online 2020. I'm your host, Bowie the Hero, and I'm joined by Wirtual for a run of TrackMania Nations Forever. Before we get started with that, I would like to say a massive thank you to all of our sponsors, Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic, for everything they've done to make this event possible. And you guys at home watching, thank you so much. With that, I'm going to pass it over to our wonderful runner for TrackMania Nations Forever. Wirtual?
All right, thank you, Bowie. Hello, everybody. My name is Wirtual. I am from Norway. I'm a TrackMania player, and today I'm going to be showing you guys TrackMania Nations Forever. So I think we'll just get right into it. But before we start, we had a donation incentive about the car skin.
We did indeed. I need to have a look at this. I believe there was a massive donation towards the end. For where has it gone? I'm trying to find it now. I'm having an absolute nightmare. Oh no, there it is. Found it. If I'm not mistaken, the winning skin, with 250 smackaroonies, was France.
France. All right. Vive la France. Okay, let's do it then. So, we're gonna start right off here in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Welcome to TrackMania Nations Forever here. This is an arcade racing game released in 2008 by Nadeo. This category I'm running right now is called the No E05 category, so this game has 65 tracks, but in this category we'll only be playing 64 of them. The reason for that is that the last track, E05, it is a bit of a nightmare. It's 1 hour long and has 60 laps, so that's not really too enjoyable to play or to watch. So for that reason, we have a category that excludes it. But yeah, this game, it's an arcade racing game, as I said. There's no real story to the game. It's just drive every track and collect the medals on each track. There's a gold medal, a bronze medal, a silver medal, and an author medal, all in varying degrees of difficulty to get, as you probably saw on Rasta Bobby's run just now. Now this category, it has no requirements for how many you need to get, but it's usually like a good indicator. You know, you get a lot of author medals, you're probably on pretty good pace. So the first tracks here, very elementary stuff, just a few turns, a few jumps, and they just try to introduce you to the game, to the physics of the car. This car handles a bit differently than Canyon, and that is what they're trying to introduce you to. So for example, E04 here, E04 Acrobatic, the shortest track, it's just 5 seconds, one small jump, and then you're done. But you gotta learn that at some point too, so why not in the beginning of the campaign? This game has 3 different surfaces. Right now we're going on to a dirt track. There's dirt, there's grass, and then there's a road, or platform as it's called. So these 3 all handle a bit differently. On dirt here, the car will slide a lot more, and you want to be steering as softly as you can, just gentle steering taps to get through the tracks as good as you can. Now we're going on to E06, and on this track, you'll see a very important mechanic. This is one of the most essential in the game, and it's the air brake. So on each one of these jumps here, we're going to tap the brake mid-air, and what that does is it locks the car's rotation. So you can see the car just stops rotating down, and we land as flat as we can, which gives us more speed for every jump we do it on here. Now, there's a bit of an exception for this last jump. We're going to try to not do it, to skip an obstacle here, so make the nose of the car point down, skip that obstacle, and you see the car maintains grip, and then, small crash, but we get into the finish. All good. E07 now. So on this track, another essential mechanic, this is drifting that we're going to be doing here. So whenever we have a turn which is too sharp to do at full speed, what we can do is we can steer into the turn, and then when we hold the brake, the car will begin to drift, and we get to keep a lot more speed through turns whenever we do that, so that ends up saving a lot of time. And yeah, this is just the beginning of that. You're gonna see it way more later on. Together with air brakes, they're sort of the bread and butter of this game. If you know those two, then you can play a lot of tracks. Now we're going on to E08 Endurance. This is the first multi-lap track in the game. It has 3 laps. There's a few different track styles in this game. So you have Endurance, you have Race, which is just a normal track, Speed, they're generally a bit faster, and then you have Obstacle and Acrobatic, which really are the hard parts of this run. Very tricky maps coming up later on, but yeah, Bowie, if we have any donations, this is a good time to read them, because everyone's seen the track already.
Who boy do we, dude? We got loads coming in for you right here. We've got a $5 donation from Clearwater. Greetings from the TrackMania community. Congrats to Rasta for his awesome canyon run. And good luck to Virtual and Riolu for their runs. Hope Virtual doesn't nosebug again. LOL! We have a $10 donation from Fatska who says, unsubscribe from the Big Cat Facts. Excuse me. Yeah, well, obviously you want to get rid of those facts. A $5 donation from Helion. Hey Vert, Helion here. If you don't world record E04, I will flip my bleep. No pressure though. Love you.
Yeah, a bit of pressure.
Yeah. Sparkling W, $5 donation. Let's show everyone how rich, generous the TM community is. A $5 commentless anonymous donation as well. Thank you very much. And I'll finish it off here now with another match from Kaspersky. $1,000.
Oh, wow. Crazy. Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
30,000. Yeah. 30,000 total already. You're so fast. Here's our next 1,000 match. I hope the behind the scenes team have some new incentives for you to beat soon. Kaspersky, Thank you so much indeed.
Wow. Thank you, everybody. Those are a lot of names from our TrackMania community here. Anyways, we're on to A10. This is the first acrobatic map, and we have to very carefully make our way past that hole and directly into the finish. The timing for releasing the acceleration there has to be close to perfect to get through cleanly, so I'm glad that worked out. Now we have A11 here, and on dirt, it's very important to watch out for your speed. So if you pay attention to the bottom right corner, when we hit 235 speed here, the car tries to gear up. The car has an automatic transmission, and we know the digits for when it happens. 235 is one of them. But basically, whenever it gears up, I can't steer. I gotta wait for the car to gear up and then keep steering. That saves a bit of time. Now we're on to A12 speed, and we have a incentive for this speedrun, the shortcut showcase. How are we looking on that, Bowie?
Oh, crikey. Let me have a look. Shortcut showcase. I think it's met.
It's been met.
It's been met. Yeah, absolutely has, yeah.
Yeah, then I can only announce that you guys should be looking forward to this one a lot. We're gonna see some flying cars later on A12 speed there. Very exciting map. Has a big shortcut that we can't do in the speedrun, but I'll be happy to show it off later. A13 here though, this track has a shortcut that I will be doing, where we're gonna be skipping the second half of the track entirely. We're gonna take the first and only checkpoint on the track here, turning around, going back up where we came from. The finish now is to our right, so we need to climb over the wall and land back on the platform below. Bit sketchy here, bit sketchy. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to improvise here. We're doing a technique called the turtle, where you're driving upside down to save this one. Ideally, you want to land the wheels if you're planning on saving time, but it's better to not fail it there. So turtling to the finish, all good. Now A14, let's see if I can get my revenge here. Oh, line it up. Okay, thank God. So, I was at ESA last year, at the ESA Summer 2019 Marathon, and I ended up failing this shortcut here, that little jump to the left. It's one of the easiest shortcuts, and there's been some memes about it afterwards, so glad to get that one out of the way without any hassle. Now we're on to the last Y track here. This is A15 speed on dirt here. I didn't get to see it earlier, but we can also wiggle the car to gain a bit of speed. I don't really know why this works, but if you wiggle back and forth whenever you have a straight line on dirt, it ends up saving a bit of time. So we can do it a bit there. We can also do it a bit here at the end. And ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude the white series of this game. So now we're going on to the green series, and they put the tracks here in different categories. You have white, green, red, blue, and black. And they all get increasingly harder as you move further in the campaign. And some of the ways they get harder is more technical blocks, like you'll see some weird shaped roadblocks here, and then you also have more speed generally, is another indication of difficulty. So the tracks they get only more interesting. We're gonna have loops later, wall rides, corkscrews, a lot of good stuff, but you have to get through these very first tracks before that. BO2 here, this is a very simple track, but also a very, very interesting track. It's been competed for a lot for the world record. One thing about TrackMania is that there aren't too many people who do full game speedruns, but every single one of these tracks have been incredibly optimized after many players have tried to set the small wallet, try to set the track world records on each one of them. So with a lot of drifts here, with tight corners, people have gotten this one down to almost perfection. Now B03, so this track, we're gonna go into some fundamental concepts again. Here we have to reduce airtime. So in TrackMania, you know, time spent in the air, it's time spent not accelerating on the ground, one of my favorite quotes. So on this track here, we're gonna try to jump a bit diagonally to reduce airtime, as well as at the end here, there's a downhill, and we'll be intentionally releasing the acceleration to maintain grip, which will be faster towards the finish. And you can do this a lot of places, like B04 here, in the downhill, same principle. Drive a bit diagonally, maintain grip, and you get more speed. So Bowie, I'm curious, is there actually any more donations? Because I've been... yeah?
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah.
Let's read them up. Let's read them up.
Your wish is my command, sir. $30 from Jozo TM. Good luck with the run, Virtual. Avoid the bugs. Speed Self with another $5. I'd like to put this donation towards the Nose Bug Showcase incentive. There's a Nose Bug Showcase incentive, right?
Well, I think we're gonna have to get a bit more for that one, boys. Like the Nose Bug Showcase. Yeah, I don't know if €5 is enough. We're gonna have to up the stakes there.
Okay, yeah, 6. You heard it there. We have LP No Name Game, $50. Hello, Virtual. Thank you for your content. I hope you have a great run.
Awesome. Thank you all for the donations. We're on to BO6 here. Oh, one more? Yeah.
Oh, no. Go ahead. It's all yours.
Okay, we're on to BO6 here. This track has a lot of jumps, and long jumps in this game can be hard to calculate, like this one through the sign. I remember as a kid, this one gave me many great troubles, lining up that jump, landing in the downhill. But we got through great here at least. So let's continue with BO7, and then on BO8 we can have that one remaining donation. Thank you guys so much though for supporting ESA, supporting Alzheimer's Fund. It's a great cause, so it's very wholesome to see a lot of the TrackMania community showing up with support for this amazing cause. Yeah, so we have one more TrackMania speedrun coming up later tonight with Wirtual. We have this little TrackMania block here, and if you guys are new to TrackMania, I highly suggest you check the games out. If you like racing games, these are your go-to. They have a great community, great competitions, lots of track building as well, and it's just one big family here, so really wholesome. One note about BO8 here, before we have the donations coming in, we have a scary turn, this warning sign turn you're going to see here. On the flying laps, this one becomes very hard to control, so I'm just going to try to take it safe here, get through this track alive, and continue with the run. So yeah, Bowie, it's all yours now.
No worries. We had one from, I'm going to try and get this right, May Meme, $20. You got this, Virtual. Although you play the wrong campaign. Sticky out tongue face. Next year, the RPG campaign then. Good luck, and thanks to ESA for all the charity work. Thank you very much.
Maybe. Yeah. So BO8 here, you can see now we have 500 speed basically coming into this turn, and you gotta hold your head calm when you're going through that. Gotta really focus. It is always so close to crashing, and crashing at that speed costs a lot of time. So want to avoid that as much as we can. Just stay safe here and hopefully avoid some bugs. Haven't mentioned that too much yet, but this game, it came out in 2008, and it does have some unfortunate bugs in it that they have refined. Yeah?
Can I just interrupt, because that's amazing, because we just had a donation from Chem7, $15. It says, I don't normally donate, but when I do, I make sure it's for a good cause. Keep it up, Virtual, and apply bug spray on the entire game.
Exactly, awesome. Yeah, so... Yeah,
ahead,
so many of the TrackMania players will joke about the bugs in this game because not everything was perfect about it. There are some bugs where the car can land and lose speed on a seemingly normal landing. You could have your car fly up in the air when you're crossing one of these outside road borders. I'm sure you guys are going to get to see some. They are almost unavoidable when you're playing through so many tracks in a row, so they're always entertaining when they happen. And a lot of the speedrun comes down to just trying to avoid the bugs wherever possible. But at B10 here, we're going to see a mechanic that we have in the game. This is the speed sliding mechanic. So on this first turn here, I'm going to intentionally make the car slide and try to hold the skid marks behind the car as closely together as I can, like really, really close. And for some reason, when you do that, the car will accelerate a bit faster. We don't really know why, but the more of those you can do, the more speed you're going to get. And on some later maps, we can gain a lot of time with that. Last jump here on B10, gotta be a bit careful. Can go slightly to the right to try to aim for this gap here and into the finish. Alright, B11 now. So this track, if you played this game as a kid, I'm sure you remember the annoying cactuses at the ending here. Many a run has been lost to those. And I remember just it being absolutely frustrating. You're having a great run on PB pace, and then just around this dirt mountain, you can't even see it. There's just an army of cactuses awaiting you. And if you don't know the line here, it can be very hard to get through them, but for this, it's of course no problem. Now into the finish. We're getting into the tail end of the green series here. It's been pretty good so far. No terribly big mistakes. We have B12 here. A pretty sketchy track. We have these water edges, and they have normal grip. So we're going to drive over one there to shorten our line on the grass. That saves a bit of time. A lot of this game comes down to, you know, just the fine improvements, the correct lines you take, the racing lines, or just knowing where you can gain time. So, for example, at the end here, we have this big grass turn, and the correct approach, since steering a lot on grass loses you time, is to go really far out in the beginning, so you can go really close and then keep some speed. And the same for this turn right here. There we go. Now we're getting into the interesting stuff. The B13 here, we have loops for the first time. The way these work in TrackMania, it's pretty simple. You just want to keep your car as straight as you can when going through them. That prevents your car from sliding when it's upside down, which loses speed. And it also lets you take the shortest line just straight through them. So, same goes for these corkscrews. Just want to try to stay around the middle. That is as far away from the bugs as possible. And then drive a straight line through. Oh, B14 now. This is another map where we can use the speed slide strategy that we mentioned. It has 2 places where you can use it here, and for a world record attempt, it is absolutely necessary that you do. Gonna jump into this house here, try to land with the car angled for the next corner. Release the acceleration a little bit to get more speed here. Now in the coming uphill, we're gonna try the speed slide, so I'm gonna try to tilt the car a little bit, land in a drift, and then hold the skid marks here as long as I can, close together, and the same here. Tiny little speed slide there. And the way you can think about them is that they're kind of like a speed multiplier. Like the more speed slide you do, the faster you go. So doing a lot of them, it adds up quickly. B15 here, let's hope for no landing bug. Oh, we had it. Okay, I have to improvise. The car got like a small speed loss there, and I wouldn't have made the jump over the Christmas trees. So that is a spot where it can happen a lot. You can also have a pretty funny one here where the car does a backflip. Now, we didn't get that one. It's one of the more funny bugs in the game. But hey, like 2 bugs in the green series, I don't think that's too bad. We're gonna go on to the blue series where, if I remember correctly, it is a bit less harsh with the bugs. So, yeah.
We have time for a couple, just 1 or 2 donations, because
your
community is coming in hot, dude. Like, right, we got $50 from Jozo TM following up, saying nose bug incentive, but do it right this time. Virtual, please. Yeah, $50 there. You said up to 6. I think they multiplied it by 10, so I think we got to do it now. TYCN, $10. Lots of love from the Vibe community. Don't you pull a virtual? Wish all the runners the best and keep up the good work. And to quickly add to that, earlier when in Ken's donation, they did ask, can you remind me the meaning of pulling a virtual? Gift?
Yeah. So my stream has this thing where they'll say I'm gonna pull a virtual. Now, I thought we all agreed that pulling a virtual is being clutch, but they mean that I'm choking whenever I'm pulling a virtual. So it's like this back and forth. We can't really agree on what the definition is. They call it pulling a virtual whenever I fail. I think it should be the opposite way. So we'll see which one ends up on top here. If I'm going to pull a virtual or pull a virtual.
A virtual.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
very, very quickly before I hand it back to you, I do apologize. I have to announce a brand new incentive. Huge incentive coming up, guys. We have a bonus run to add if we can meet this incentive. It's a big goal, $10,000. Currently at 10 out of 10,000 right now. We will add a bonus run of Super Mario 64 16-star by Simply. So if you want to see like one of the best, like, or well, right now the best Super Mario 64 runner show his stuff, we have a brand new incentive for that, guys. You don't want to miss Simply Run 64.
That sounds like something you should get your money towards. I at least want to see that myself, so I might have to get in a donation after this. Super Mario 64, great game, and yeah, it all goes to a great cause, guys. So definitely get your money in for that. So now we're on to E05, and the boys mentioned this Nosebug incentive. Well, this is the map you can do it. I had a bit of an accident last year where I managed to get my car to fly out of the track pretty gloriously, I must admit, at the end here. But it's sort of, you can't really force it. It either happens or it doesn't. So we'll just see what it is. I'll just play as I normally do. And well, if it ends up happening, then it does end up happening. Good speed here for the last jump. And if anything, it's going to be here, but no, we didn't get the right car angle for that, so I might have to get creative with that. We'll see. Thank you for the donations anyways, though.
Are you trying to find ways to actually cause the bug now at this point?
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to get their money's worth, you know? I'm at their command.
Yeah, it's true.
But now we have E05 here, another endurance track, so I think I'll just explain the first lap here, and then if we have anything more to announce, it's all yours.
Right. Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, this track, it's pretty forgiving except for one turn, or one jump, which you'll see coming up here, the pole jump. This one is one of the most precise parts of the game, is getting through these poles without crashing. You come down with a lot of speed, and you have to make your way, preferably in the middle here, through the poles, get a slide, and then go in between these poles. We're good for one lap, let's see if we can get it on the second, but again, if you have anything to announce, it's a good time to do it. We're just going to do the exact same thing.
Bro, it's just kicking off. We have like a billion donations all saying, can't wait for him to pull a virtual mid-run. Don't pull a virtual. Yeah, we got $50 from Next saying, go, you got this. Keep it together. Don't pull a virtual. Mad Snake. Mad Snake? Mad Snake. $5. Had to donate during this run. Can't wait for him to pull a virtual. Also, Marbles speedrun when?
Yeah, no. I think that would be pretty unpredictable.
A $10 anonymous donation. I loved playing this game in high school. As a fellow Norwegian, it was all the rage. Great runs for a great cause. Thank you very much, anonymous. Then we got Techie, $5. I expect you to do E03 bugless or I'll be disappointed. You don't want to disappoint Techie, do you?
Oh, no, I don't, but I am definitely going to disappoint Techie. We'll get to that.
Fair enough. Oh, mate, they're still coming in.
Go for it.
TrackMania donation 2 out of 3 from MDF underscore $33.33. 33 cents. TMNF remains a classic with some very prestigious world records. Good luck and don't bug too much. Pizza, $6.66, TM donation 2 out of 3. They're always doing one for every game. Go, go, go! Also, this game is awesome. Played it a lot as a kid, and some more as an adult. Guys, you guys are popping off. This community is insane.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's insane. They always show up for ESA every time we have a run here, and yeah, it's just really wholesome. So thank you all. We really appreciate it. Let's give you guys a good show for it as well. So we moved a bit on now in the campaign. We're on CO6. This is another high-speed track here with a trick at the end. If I get enough speed, we could potentially just save like 2 or 3 hundredths of a second by landing on the bottom road. But no, we landed on the top one, so lost 2 hundredths of a second. But just to go back on those donations a little bit, there was one guy saying he played in high school, and there's this interesting phenomena with TrackMania in Norwegian high schools, where since this game is free on PC, I know there's like almost a culture in Norwegian high schools. It's one of the ways that I found the game as well. Is people playing this game in classes instead of listening to the teacher, so... This guy is just one of many. It's actually like a thing in Norway, playing TrackMania at high school. So that's interesting.
If any Norwegian teachers are watching this,
oh yeah,
you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. They're definitely paying attention.
We do not endorse this, but it is a thing. Nah, but you can learn many great things here, man. Like this is, it's a game you can invest a lot of hours into. Always find ways to improve, learn new tricks, or just get more precise. So maybe those could be useful skills one day. Just as much as any other subject at school. But yeah, CO8 obstacle here. This is sort of the prime example of what the obstacle tracks are. It's just poles, poles, and more poles, and tight roads, and very, very sketchy to play. But yeah, CO9 race here. So let's say it this way. Last year I pulled a Wirtual on this track at the very end. There's a big jump, and I pulled chat's version of pulling a Wirtual. Let's see if I can do my version here, my cover. And
this is Virtual's Virtual.
Yeah, this is my own one. Chat has their version, I have mine. We'll see which one it is, but it's a pretty precise jump at the end. You have this block I haven't mentioned yet. It's the freewheeling block. You'll see it coming up. It's this red block. And when I drive over that red block, the engine of the car shuts off. And from there on, it's just rolling. So I need to get a lot of speed through this turn. And hopefully that's enough for this jump I want to do. Yeah, that's more than enough. Easy pulling a Wirtual here, boys. We got over the pipes at the end, which is what matters, and we can take the autumn medal and go to the next one. C10 acrobatic. So this track, it has a shortcut. I decided not to do it in this run, but I'm really wondering, like, yeah, the shortcut incentive was met, the shortcut showcase. So I will get to show you guys this one later. It's a crazy idea that was found in 2008, and people are still competing on getting the fastest time with it 12 years later.
Wow.
So C11 high speed, gotta be careful. I'd say this is one of the more skill-based track in the campaign. Usually, in TrackMania, the world records get so optimized on every track, and in the ways they do that, they always require a bit of luck. It's like you have one trick you need to do that's maybe 1 in 50 or 1 in 100, and it will gain you a tiny bit of time. This one, it doesn't really have that. It's more about how you drive, how precise you are, how well you execute each turn, and also this last turn has a pretty specific trick where you drift, and then you cancel the drift into a no slide. I didn't get it quite good here, but there's a high skill ceiling for this one. But we'll take that. Go to C12. A bit of a themed track here. We have 4 quarter pipe jumps, but we can do a shortcut on the last one. So we're only doing 3 of them. And I'll explain how that works when we get there. Just gotta get past these first 2. Wanna jump as low as you can. On the first one I went almost too low, but trying to save it now for the next 2. On the last checkpoint here, we can hit the wall, turn around, and jump up on this convenient scenery here. And then go into the finish from the other side. That is both easier than doing the last quarter pipe jump, and it also saves about 0.3 of a second. So pretty handy, pretty nicely placed there. Thank you, Nadio, for the scenery. C13, another high skill track. Gonna try to focus just a little bit here because you can't afford too many mistakes. Big jump. I'm gonna line up the car a tiny bit to the left so that it already lands on a drift, which will make me start drifting enough that I get past the turn. If you don't land on a drift there, then you're gonna be too late for the turn and it's gonna go very badly, so gotta do that. Gotta get one more drift here and a jump to the quarter pipe into the finish. Alright, so now we have a very exciting track coming up. This is C14. I'd actually say if we have any donations, you can do them now, Bowie, because the last lap I'm gonna have to explain something. So if there are more, then go for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we got a ton still, mate. $5 Loic TM. Go Virtual! $50 from Sepul Futura. No comment, but thank you so much indeed. Cyberdust, $30. Nose Feature TM. Showcase Hype. We have $5 from FPMK. Can't wait for the Keck W's in the chat. Virtual never disappoints. We got 8B Waffle, $20. Let's go Virtual. Keep it virtualless, please. Good luck to you and all the upcoming runners. Can't wait for all of them to rock the show.
Yeah, wow. Thank you all.
Do I have time for one more?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'll try and be quick. We have. I'll do the comment first. As someone who has a family member suffering from Alzheimer's, I want to give my part for it. Good luck, Virtual, and $10 more if the announcer says the name right. Lol. Okay, $30 that was, and that was from. I'm gonna go for this. Max Carla.
Oh, that right? Does sound like a name.
I mean,
thank you, though.
It
Max,
was a name.
For, contributing to the cause. So, I mentioned last lap here is important, and that's because on the last lap here, we can do many different shortcuts. The one which is the most marathon safe, while still kind of reckless, is going out to the grass after the last checkpoint. So, with enough speed, we can jump, land sideways, and do what's known as a bug slide, and hopefully that will carry enough speed to get us to the grass. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. Yeah, that's definitely onto the grass, and then we can just cruise to the finish. So that's a successful shortcut. Very, very nice. Just climb over the wall here and fly into the finish. C15. All right, let's keep going. Last map of the blue series here. Ending it off with perhaps the worst track in the game. This one is disliked by many, many players. But I don't know if it's really the track's fault or the game's fault. We have this bug called the landing bug, where you lose a lot of speed, and it can happen in this loop right here. So I'm going to be careful and try to avoid it. Oh, I still got it. And if you see my speed here, it is completely gone. So I lost about 200 speed there, I think, in that one landing. But we have the backup strat, and we were able to make it work. So can't fool me, TMNF. We came prepared for this run. But if you don't know that, then yeah, it's not that great to play C15. So going across the last stretch here, one more jump, and then we're going on to the red tracks. That's looking good right there. All right, DL1 Endurance next up. So another multi-lap track. There are more and more as we go later on into the run. This one is pretty precise. As I've said with most of them, they all are, but this one really is a very precise high speed, and one fail will cost you many, many seconds. So I'm going to take the approach where I won't be going too close to walls, won't be doing too much. The only trick here that you really should go for is this speed slide in the downhill. So we start out with the normal drift, and then we ease it into a speed slide, the skid marks being close together. But apart from that, you don't really need to worry too much, just don't hit the walls and you're good to go here on TL1. If you do have more donations, Bowie, you can just keep firing away. I'm sure,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You're sure? You're sure?
Sure that people would like to hear them, so go for it.
I mean, okay, I shall do. We have $50 from Mr. Velox. Good luck on the run, Virtual. Nice and clean. Rasmus, 187, the 187th of the noble Rasmus clan, is resubscribing to the Big Cat Facts for Fatska. So enjoy being resubscribed to the Big Cat Facts. And we have a $5 donation from Anonymous. And he says, they say, I have a similar story to the high school one. I guess a smiling face or like a happy face emoji.
Okay.
A Swedish high school student, sometimes play TM2 Stadium in class when I'm way ahead of other students. Well, the class isn't in my interest. I love TrackMania. So it's always interesting, isn't it, when you were talking about how it's like a thing in Norway specifically, but again, it is in other places. But
yeah, maybe it's just everywhere, but
the Nordics, I guess.
Yeah, it was. I hear this so much when I talk to people. Like, I'll say, I stream TrackMania, I play TrackMania, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, dude, I played that game in high school. I remember. Like, I played it in class, and it's just a common sentiment I hear a lot. So interesting that it's a thing in Sweden too." To some degree.
Yeah, games do that, don't they? Where they have so there'll just be certain games that are attributed to like a country. Like in the RPG side of things, Germany is like big for Terranigma. It's a great game, but like it's just so popular in Germany. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So this game right now, you see the French car skin won the vote. This is a very, very popular game in France, but lately it's been going more and more international. The new TrackMania game is going pretty big in the United States and Germany as well. But for a long time, it's been a French game. It's made by French developers. So it's good to see that it's growing, you know? Maybe this is your first time seeing the game, and maybe you would try it out. We have a shortcut here. Instead of driving that quarter pipe, we can just jump down. Bit of an oversight on the developer side there, but we'll take it. It gains time. Now on DO2 here, there's an interesting fact. We actually have a forced camera perspective. So right now, I can't choose the camera, and I have to do this part with the internal one. It changes back here, but that turn, I'm not too comfortable with the internal camera, so a bit rude to make me have to play with that one. But we got through, so no harm done on that one.
Sorry,
yeah?
Can I just read one more donation?
Go for it. Yeah.
We got a donation from MCYC Shadow, $10. It was from the other one where I was asked to can I pronounce the name correctly. Just started off by going, oh my god, that was my real name. I don't think you meant to do that. But it was actually spoken correctly, so even if I messed up, here's the extra 10 and a PogChamp for the announcer. Bless him, what an error.
Happy little accidents.
Yeah, we don't make errors, just happy accidents.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh god, okay, sorry. You go, I'll wait.
Alright. DO4 here, tricky track. I think there are more poles on this track than there are normal roadblocks. It's just a garden, and we have to make our way through. On this coming jump here, we could actually do a little trick where we're gonna try to jump over that one pipe. That lets us slow down less. It's a tight gap to go through, but it saves a bit of time. And then at the end here, it's a very satisfying turn. You can line it. Oh, well, as I say that, I messed the setup a little bit, but the car just automatically slides when you're going at this high speed, and with elevation changes, and you can get through. Whew, close call there. Alright, DO5. Let's do this one, and then you can keep going. DO5. We have a shortcut. This one is a bit of a coin flip. I'm just gonna state that right now. We're gonna try to bounce on a ring and land up on top of some scenery here. So, best of luck to me. Here we go. Alright, beautiful. We actually got it. This camera is forced. It's gonna go back to normal, but that is highly, highly risky stuff. It saves 5 seconds to do it though, so we'll take that time save and move on. But the track doesn't end here, boys. We have about half a minute left of this one, and we're going mountain climbing on the dirt here. Want to try to get a lot of speed down the hill. Oh yeah, this is a bit of a slugfest. We're getting through, landing on the booster, and now we can do one more shred on this track, which is pretty cool. It's more cool than it's worth it, but we'll try. We need 383 speed here at the last jump, so gonna try to reach that. We'll see if we have it. We should be good. And now, oh no. Oh, okay, I think I just pulled a virtual. We're gonna have to respawn. We had the speed. I just missed the line. We could have done a very cool jump, but there you go, chat. Feel free to put a CAC W if you haven't, and we'll make up for it here. Damn. Okay, a bit unhappy about that, but it's all right. Bronze medal for the participation. If we have any more donations, feel free to go for it, boy.
Oh man, this has been crazy. I've loved this shift so much. LL Cool Dave has come in strong yet again with a big, huge, humungadunga $250. After we had Fatska resubscribing to the Big Cat Facts. Did you know that the Siberian tigers are the heaviest of all cats? They can weigh up to 350 kilograms in the wild, which is about half the weight of a Formula 1 car. If you wish to unsubscribe from Big Cat Facts, donate $10 to Alzheimer's Fonden with the keyword unsubscribe. Thank you very much, LL Cool Day. But what that means is a massive $1,000 yet again from our sponsor Kaspersky, saying thank you all for taking part in the $5,000 match challenge. This is the last of our 5 donations. which we got to donate a lot faster than anticipated, thanks to all of your generosity. Thank you all, and keep enjoying ESA. You guys have been incredible. Kaspersky, of course, with the 5,000 match challenge, met it already. They're surprised. We're surprised. You guys have been amazing today.
Wow, thank you all. Thank you, Kaspersky. It's all going to a great cause here, so amazing to see so many people participating, helping out the cause. We have DO7 here. This one has another shortcut. We can, again, go a bit mountain hiking over this and just go straight to the checkpoint. Oh, no, wait. We gotta get over this. Yeah, okay, there we go. And now we can just respawn. And what we skipped was a section with that red block, the freewheeling, where the car is not accelerating, it's just rolling. And yeah, we save about 5 seconds doing that. So even with my blunder, we still save about 2 seconds. And it's definitely worth going for that one. Now at the end, we do have to take a freewheeling block. And you'll get a feeling of just how slow it is. From here on out, my car can only roll. I can no longer accelerate. So I want to get a high line here and just go slow. But you see here, oh, we're just crawling into the finish at that point. And yeah, done with DO7. DO8, another very high speed track. If we're gonna crash, then it's best we do it on DO7 and not DO8. Because you crash here and yeah, I mean, you're 10 minutes late basically. We have a very tricky turn right here. Got that good. Then we have a loop. Want to avoid sliding on this landing so that the car can do a pretty sharp turn. Now onto the dirt, and we just have to go full left around this corner to make it in time. Otherwise we're going to fly out into the mountains. Here we do not air brake, so the car kind of tilts over that little elevation. Lands earlier. And now we have 2 more turns left, where in this last one we can do a little slide cancel. Slide the first part, cancel the rest, accelerate towards the finish. And there's DO8. We're getting closer and closer to the really tricky maps. The speedruns in this game are usually decided by the very last, like, 7 or 8 maps in the campaign. They are the longest, and they are the most punishing if you fail on them, so for now, it's pretty, you know, you can gain like 0.2 or lose 0.2 on every map, but for the last 7 or 8, it really steps up the difficulty and the challenge. We have one more sculpture here. One of the more unique blocks to drive on in this game. Driving up the sculpture and then down on the other side. Now we need to get through this tiny gap and jump to the finish. There we go. Okay, D10 race. We have a shortcut coming up. This is a pretty complex shortcut. I'll try to explain it as best as I can. We're going to start out by climbing the wall to the left here and taking the second checkpoint on the track. This is checkpoint number 2. The game doesn't force you to take the checkpoints in any order, but we're gonna pick up the first one from the intended route later. So for now, we're just gonna drive. We're gonna do one small jump onto this scenery, skip that turn a little bit. And now on this jump here, we're gonna go to the right, take the first checkpoint, and then jump back onto the road again and follow the intended route for the rest. This route saves about 5 seconds, so I'm glad we got to show it and do it here. And everything went well. Now, let's not say that too early. The ending here is tricky. You have to go in between this part underneath that road, but that went well. And we can go in between the poles here and to the finish. Beautiful. D11 acrobatic. This is the last acrobatic track and the hardest. We have 2 big jumps. So for this one, we're gonna land the car completely sideways on the boosters, slow down as much as we can, and then aim for the finish platform. Hopefully not too far out. All good here. Yeah, if we have any donations, well, we keep going, man. If there's more people sending them in.
Excellent, excellent. We have $5 from Boost Kitty 66. I'm a bit poor, but I absolutely love watching Wirtual, and I'm very excited to catch him live at ESA Summer Online. Here's my bit I can donate. I love TM Games and the community. Cheers to a good run, Wirtual.
Thank you, thank you.
$25 from Helgisa. Hello, fellow Norwegian here. That's not a Norwegian accent, that's mine. Got introduced to TMNF in late 2009. Played it on and off for about a year and forgot about it. And then high school came around. Exactly.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's interesting.
And then finally a $70 donation from Jozo TM again. My guess... Yeah, I know, yeah. My guess is 7 bugs on D15 and a time of 7:18:37. Vert W.
All right, we'll get into that when we get there. Thank you, Yoso.
Yeah. I'll keep that as a reminder.
Okay.
7 bugs. 7 bugs. Let's see.
We'll see how many it ends up being. I can take over now. We're on D13. This is a track that I'm pretty familiar with myself. I had a long-winded battle for the world record here. I currently am 2nd place by 1/100th of a second. It was beaten this year, this world record, but this track has a few tricks. There's one I find a bit too unsafe for the marathon, where you can skip that little chicane right there. It saves half a second, and you can lose like 5 to 6, so let's stay on the safe side. But we're gonna do a pretty cool trick here, one of my favorites. This is the bug slide again, only here to the left this time. You're gonna land sideways, hold the drift keys, and the car is gonna do this slide, which is very, very smooth. It looks almost like it's intentional by the developers, but this was completely unbeknownst to them in the game. Hence the name, the bug slide, where if you land sideways and you slide, you just keep a lot of speed, and for certain turns like that, it works very beautifully. So, Bowie, or let's say people on the stream, you can get your donations in here, and they're guaranteed gonna be read, because the next 2 tracks are 2.5 minutes and 7 minutes long. So if you wanna, get to hear yourself being read up, that's a good time. I'm gonna explain the first lap on both tracks here on D14 first of all. This track is scary. This track is very scary. It's only consisting of very sharp turns. As you can see this flower-looking turn here. You have to just go past every corner, and this one bug we mentioned earlier is called the ram bug, which is when you drive over that green border, or in this case here, the gray border. Sometimes the wheels of the car will lift up into the air, you lose ground contact, and you're basically at the game's mercy at that point. It can happen sometimes, it's unfortunate. It's just that... Oh no. Wait, we can back this up, I think. Yeah, okay. Bit of a detour, fell out of the track, not intentional, but yeah. We want to watch out for the so-called ram bugs, but if we have more donations, then feel free to go for them here. Oh, wait.
Okay, we've got a few to come in. We have Visigold, $5. This is probably my favorite game. Keep going fast, Virtual. And we have from Sooty Bunsen, $20. Screw donating $10 to unsubscribe from Big Cat Facts. I want to double down. More Big Cat Facts, please. I agree. I love Big Cat Facts. Yeah. And then finally, a $5 donation from DDR Jake. Did someone say Terranigma? Well, that's a donation from me then. I said Terranigma. Jake, yes, thank you so much.
Terranigma.
Yeah, donations coming in.
Rapid fire. Nah. So what I was trying to do on this turn here, before I majestically fell out, was just hit the wall on purpose. You can do that some places in this game, where it will gain time on very sharp turns. So that one turn, we can hit the wall, but you can also fly out. So it's a bit of a 50-50. And we are 50-50 so far on that trick. But let's see if we can get it on the last lap here as well. A few really tight hairpin turns here, where we're doing a trick called the Neo Slide. I'm not going to get too much into what that is, but it's basically a low-speed drift where it makes the car able to slide at that speed. Usually you need 180 speed to slide, or be turning for a long time, but with this Neo Slide trick, we can slide at way lower speeds. And it's what makes this track somewhat playable, so very delightful to know how to do that here. One more, let's see if we can get it. Okay. 2 for 3, not that bad. And now we're going on to D15. So, chat, you heard Yoso's donation earlier said that he was guessing a 7:18. You see, we always like to have a bit of a guessing game here on D15. How long do you think it's going to take me? It's a 10-lap track, and you can put some numbers in the chat. The world record for this track is a 7:11.51, and I'd say you can expect anything between that and a 7:40, depending on how many bugs, how many crashes. I wanted to see if anyone can actually get it like on the 100th. We have so many people, so could be a bit of a fun game. Type some numbers in the chat, whatever you feel like, and let's see if we can hit that.
Hopefully someone is keeping an eye on that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard. Like, we're gonna have to check the tapes after, I think.
Yeah.
There's no way to keep up right now, but...
Just speak to tech. Do we have a replay available?
Yeah, sure. Exactly. So, I can tell you guys a bit about this track. It has a pretty rich history. I said the world record is a 7:11. Actually, kind of not true. It is a 7:03, but this track has a shortcut, and when you have a shortcut on one lap, you have it on all 10 laps. So that shortcut is a bit too tricky to do here, which is why for your predictions, between 7:11 and 7:40 is accurate. But I've had a bit of a back and forth battle with one other player for this track, where we tried to go for the 10 shortcut run. So every single lap on this part right here, you could jump out to the left, hit one of those dirt mountains, and bounce up to the checkpoint directly. And this guy, Flix, he's called, managed to do it all 10 laps in a row. Incredible effort, took him a lot of time, but want to give a shout out to that. It's one of the sickest world records that's been set in this game this year. But for your prediction... Oh, wait, let's not hit walls like that, that was scary. For your predictions, one thing you can look out for is the yellow numbers on screen. Those are my current lap checkpoints. Now, usually for a lap, we want about 43 seconds flat. If we dip into the 42s, then I'm going to need to see some pogs in the chat. 42 is very hard to get here, but we have 10 attempts at it, so let's see if we can get a 42. I think this lap here, we're looking at, with that crash, probably a 45, so we can only try to do better in the next one. Oh, there's a bug. I don't know if anyone's keeping track of the bugs, but you can really see when they happen. The car just sort of flinches, and the speed drops down by a lot. So, next lap here, new chance, new possibilities. We're going to try to make the best of this one. And one more thing I can mention is that every single lap, we are intentionally trying to hit the wall here on the uphill to realign the car for this turn. But Bowie, if we have donations, as I said, now's the time to read them. Long track here, lots of time to go for it.
Let's go for it. Chris Birdie with $50. Let's hope for that clean E02.
Yeah.
TYCN, $10. Dang, I totally forgot this in my last donation. I have to ask, young man in the top right, maybe they mean top left? Top left. That's Wirtual. He's the runner of the video game. With DG Ray, $10. Good luck, Wirtual. $5 from Snowflake Studio. Hello, Hillis here. Can you please switch the game? This one isn't as good as the new one. You know? Okay, Wirtual, get to work. We have to finish videos. Cheers, Snow.
Oh, yeah. Editor hitting me up right now. Gotta check Discord after the run, I think.
$5 donation from Daniel Hofferek. No comment. Thank you very much indeed. $5 from Ibo again. Educational and entertaining. Great stream. United/Nations Forever was the game where I finally got into the community. So huge nostalgia watching this. And then Effrontery, $50. Got back into the new TrackMania, and then I discovered Wirtual. I've been enjoying both so much. Thank you very much. And finally, $10 donation from Jonathan Reynard. Hey, John. Terranigma when? Are you asking me? Because it's been a while. Maybe.
Well, I guess it worked.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all for the donations. It's incredible. It's very, very wholesome, and I appreciate all of you. Looking at our pace here, it hasn't been too great so far. I think we have a 42 coming up here, though. Could just barely... Oh, 42.99. Okay. Yeah, so...
That counts. That
counts. 42 any day. By 100th. But at least we got one of them. Let's. We still have 4 laps to do it. Could get a few more on the board.
I believe chat owes you pogs for that. Let's go.
They do. I'm not seeing the chat, but I don't think I'm seeing enough pogs. You can never really have too many, so you can't overuse. Just add a few if you haven't. Feel free. We might have back-to-back 42s here.
Try my best to add to the pog. I did it.
Yeah, even my helper here, Bowie, is adding it. You guys better do it too. Let's see what we get here. 43.19. Okay, so we are around that pace right now. That's the stable pace. the normal way world record here has an average of 42.98, which is crazy fast. You can't really do that consistently, especially with all the bugs. If you get one bug, then you lose about a second. So on such a long track here, it's almost unavoidable to drive at that pace without any bugs. So D15, it is an experience, but I can tell you all that the new TrackMania game that just came out, they have successfully managed to remove some of these annoying bugs that we struggle in with the old games. So if you don't like landing bugs, if you don't just like losing your speed all of a sudden, then maybe give the new TrackMania game a shot. You're gonna see a showcase of it by Wirtual just after my run, and I highly suggest checking it out. I've been playing it now for a month, and it's great fun, especially without the bugs. So 2 more laps here. Let's just not pull a Wirtual in the wrong way.
Yep.
And keep this pace up. And I think we're looking at right around a 7:20, if I'm not mistaken.
It's, hopefully our tech team have got all of the numbers put in.
Yeah, so if you got the predictions, then let's see. Yeah, right around there, I think is what this run is going to be. Quick maths are failing me, but...
Yeah. I have a donation here. I'm not sure if it's like derision or not, but McPlayer with $50 says, not going for shortcut on D15. Now there's no like question mark or exclamation mark or like inference of like sadness or disappointment. So I guess they're just making a statement. Not going for shortcut on D15.
Yeah. I think he was looking for a weird chant, but he couldn't find it there, so...
Yeah,
no. Let's see what it is here. Remember your predictions, boys. We're gonna have to roll it back and see if anyone got it, but the final time here is gonna be a 7:20.79. And that makes us done with the red tracks there. Now on to the black tracks. First up is E01, but already right now I'm thinking about E02, which is the next track. And E02 we're gonna have to talk a bit about already because it's so complicated. E02 is about a 4-minute track, and last year a couple of players took it upon themselves to try to completely break the track. It is just like a spaghetti track with a lot of roads, and they actually wrote a computer algorithm to look at the track and calculate the best route between checkpoints for the fastest shortcut route on the track. So they found like hundreds of different routes, and ultimately they found like 2 or 3 which were really, really good. And we're going to be trying to do those just after this, so I'm a bit curious about how this is going to go. I've been practicing it a lot, but you never know just how that one live run is going to go, so... Alright, let's try here. E02. This is when it starts. So, this route we're doing, it starts off with a climb over the wall right here, and we're going to land down on the road. Oh, that might be bad. Yeah, I'm going to have to try it again here. The car landed upside down. Let's try it one more time. This is the 5 shortcut route here. So it starts out with that. That looks better. Yeah, barely land on the wheels, but we'll take that. Here's a quick overview of the map. You can see it's just crazy amount of checkpoints. And throughout this chaos, there is a beautiful solution that they found. So that was cut number 1. We're going for cut number 2 here, where we're going to climb over this wall. Let's see if we can get that. Alright, beautiful. That is one of the hardest ones, but we got over. We're going to turn around and pick up this checkpoint. Now, I'm not going to tell you which ones these are, but I can tell you we're basically taking no checkpoints here in the correct order. It's just an algorithm that looked at the checkpoints, was like, yeah, this is going to be the fastest line through all of them. So we're in the zigzag section now, as we call it, where, well, you go left and right to take up these 3 checkpoints. Then we're going to go out of it and try to do the 3rd shortcut. So, one more turn here, now onto the straight, and then the 3rd one is coming up on your left side. We're going to have to take this next checkpoint, and then climb over the wall to the left. Wow, that is great actually. Perfect landing. Can continue with speed instantly. That's what we like to see here. So 3 out of 5 done. Now we're actually in the first section of the map again. These checkpoints we're taking now are the first 3. Like the checkpoint here, that's checkpoint number 3 on the normal way, but We only take it now as it's the most efficient way to do it. We're gonna continue on the normal route for a little bit, and then we're basically never gonna touch the normal route again here. Whenever you see a sign pointing in one direction, we're gonna go the opposite way and pick up the checkpoints more efficiently. So like here, sign goes to the right, we go to the left. Here, sign goes to the left. Yeah, we're gonna go to the right. And again here, the sign goes to the right. Guess what? We're going left, and that's how it goes here on EO2. Now, we're gonna go up this hill, grab this next checkpoint, actually to the right. Turn around here, and we're soon coming up to the final 2 shortcuts. So, if we could get these, I would be very happy. They are pretty tricky. The one coming up right now is, I'd say, the harder one of the 2. So, gotta focus a little bit. On this coming intersection here, we're gonna climb from checkpoint to checkpoint. So line it up and go backwards across that gap. Beautiful. Okay, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Let's hold on the hype a little bit here. We still have 1 more left, but this is looking great right now. We need 1 more to complete the track, but for now, we're good. The last one is coming up right now. To the left again.
Hold the height, wait.
Oh my god. Okay, this is actually such a great EO2 run. I really wanted to show this off, but we got all the 5 shortcuts. And we're cruising, boys. Alright, I'm very happy about that. So that's one of the fastest routes on EO2. The very fastest one is even crazier. Here we did 5 shortcuts. The craziest one has 8. But, that can take you several hundred hours to get 1 good run with, so yeah, this is already really, really good. And looking at the time here, I have 1 more interesting fact to tell you, but let's get this last part right. So this is a 3:49 here. I think that might be a top 10 time on the leaderboards for that map, because it's so hard to do all the climbs correctly. Not a lot of people have gotten it. I think it's a top 10. With that time. We'll see if anyone in chat can confirm or deny, but we're gonna keep going. We're on EO3. This is the second last map on the speedrun here, and this track is known as the Pro Killer. Now, you might be wondering, why does this have the name the Pro Killer? Well, this is the buggiest track in the game. Nobody looks like a pro when they play this map. It's really just a Wild West here, and you want to avoid getting landing bugs. Now, no one who's ever played this map has gotten a bug-free run. The world record currently that I hold, it's my only record in this game, it has 3 bugs. So it really puts it into perspective how hard it is. It's just that when you have dirt roads where you have a lot of unsmooth jumps, they tend to happen. So we're gonna make do as good as we can, but oh my god, don't do this to me. Okay, we're gonna be able to save that with the turtle, but that is not supposed to happen. Anyways, Bowie, if you have any donations, this is a good time.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much indeed. $5 from Jonathan Mazin, or Mazin. Fellow Norwegian here as well. I appreciate the charity choice. It is a noble cause. Marcus Fisher, $5. Can you ask Wirtual to play Plethora? It means a lot. I'm going to pronounce the name correctly now. Yozo TM, $50. 42 Pog. Is that? Do we need 42 Pogs in chat? Is that what you're saying there?
I think we need 42. Could be a bit higher.
Pogs.
Doesn't really matter if you overshoot it, but like, I think he wants at least 42.
Mm-hmm, yeah. $5 from Raveout. Gotta save the other $5 for Riolu. So go Wirtual, you got this.
Thank you.
We have a $50 donation from G-Man Crib. Sorry guys, I'm the one who's going to win, who's going to play the new Nintendo Switch on their new ViewSonic Elite EGK 10587234024024-7. Sorry. And with that, we have hit $34,000. I don't know. But like the TrackMania stuff has been absolutely nuts. You guys have
you guys are really showing up. You're I don't know what to say either. Left me kind of speechless, boys, but very wholesome. Thank you all. So while that's been going on, I've just been cruising here as good as I can. But on EO3 here, you're really just going like on a picnic with the car, just taking whatever you get, finding a nice spot to land upside down maybe every now and then, you know. Here's what I really wanted to do, a sideways slide there. But can I explain a bit about the last part of the map here? Basically, we're trying to make the car gear up before this jump. That makes us land a bit better here. Now we have to try to avoid the mountains as best we can and land on the flat part. E4, we go on the right side and set up for a specific line over this last dirt mountain to land smoothly. But overall, this track, I mean, we might as well have like a no E03 category as well, because I think this map is off-putting to a lot of players. But yeah, one more lap to go, and then we're going on to the last one. If there are more donations, I mean, keep going. There's not much to say here, boy. So.
Oh, well, we had a one come in very, very quickly there. Rasta TM, who just did a race. TM
Rasta,
obviously means TrackMania, in case anyone hasn't been picking up that the TrackMania community have TM at the end of their name. First donation before I watch how many times I boinked into walls. Keep the hype up for Riolu's run. Thank you very much. And good run earlier today as well, dude.
Yeah, congrats, wow. Rasta.
I just pressed a button and even more showed up. $50 from a Vladislav for the clean E02. Mad respect for doing it live. And
wow,
effrontery. Yeah. $10. E02 time would be 7th on the leaderboard. Vert you.
Yeah, 7th. That's crazy. Yeah.
He's good. Man, you're doing a cracking job.
Well, I mean, maybe in terms of the donations, but the gameplay here has been pretty suboptimal on the E03. We'll see what that final time is, but yeah, at least we're through it alive here, almost. Just a few more jumps, and then we can get onto something more playable. E04, the next one, the last one. It has a pretty cool shortcut, so good way to round it out if I can get that. But yeah, I think... I'm not sure here if we could dip under 5 minutes. I'm gonna have to go pretty precise to do that. It might be too far here. Oh yeah, it's a bit too far. Yeah, so 501, that's... I mean, it's alright, it's alright. Who can complain here? We're doing good things for good causes. On E04 here, we're gonna turn around on the start block. This is another intricate shortcut route. We're gonna go to this nicely placed platform, and we're gonna pick up the last checkpoint as our first. The reason that we pick up this checkpoint is that we can then go back to the start, and now we can end off the run on a more favorable checkpoint. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to take the first checkpoint, which is this ring, and then immediately go left. And if you look through this gap, you see a checkpoint behind there. That is going to be our last checkpoint, because from the one behind us, we have a very fast jump to the finish. Now we have a jump through a series of ring checkpoints, and then a pretty precise trick, which we'll see if we can get the speed for. Oh, I don't think that's good enough. Yeah, no. So for this next ring here, I could jump directly to it. It would require a bit more speed, so we're gonna do it the safer way. Turn around and then keep going onto the road here. And basically now, we're just gonna follow the intended route for a little bit until we finally finish off with a big jump to the finish platform. So we are coming up on time in just a little bit. A few more transitions here though. These last tracks, they really try to add everything that you've done into one. So you have to watch out for drifts, the transitions, the jumps, and everything. So almost on the last checkpoint now. 2 more transitions and then the finish jump. So let's see if we can get that. Here we go. Landing, and now from here we can jump to this platform, and time's coming up now in 3, 2, 1, done. There you have it. That is TrackMania Nations Forever without E05. We're not playing this last track because it is 1 hour long, just about 60 laps, so we saved an hour now, and we can go on to other things.
Dude, GG's, what an absolutely fantastic run. It's been, well, yeah, I mean, congratulations, what a fantastic run. Obviously, I'm speechless, dude.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
like, just this little like mini TrackMania section here has been amazing. There's been a huge outpouring from the community for you, Virtual, and obviously for Rasta as well in the previous run. Clearly, you have a very strong community here, and they definitely love you guys. So really heartwarming to see. We've probably made, it seems like we've made about $8,000 worth of donations.
Wow, yeah, I'm gonna get a little heart out here as well for the TrackMania community. You guys are amazing. You guys are supporting a great cause here and really showing up. So thank you all. Before I sign off here, we did hit that shortcut showcase incentive. So should we have a look at some shortcuts maybe before
absolutely
I hand over the microphone to Ryulu? So on the campaign tracks we played, people have competed a lot for the different world records on the tracks, and to get the world records they've had to do some crazy things. So we're gonna start off here on E05. This is one of the early tracks in the campaign, and pay attention to the gray car here. This is Trinity, and he actually used a bug to his own advantage here. So the German car is the normal way world record, but Trinity forced his wheel to get a bug there, so he could get full speed down the hill, landed downhill, and if we have a look at the comparison, you can just see he's miles ahead thanks to that bug. So that's a trick that was found this year, where basically that bug that lifts your wheel, he was able to use it to his advantage. Now we have D09, and if you remember me playing this, I basically did a jump from this booster road, landed on these boosters, and then jumped to the finish. Drew here, he doesn't have time for that. Drew has to go fast to the finish, and he's gonna do this. Just a stunning trick to save time on this track. So he goes all the way out to the right on the boosters, jumps as much left as he can, and with a perfect angle, he's able to land in the ring and also use it as a launch ramp to reach the finished platform. This is a crazy run. It took him a lot of hours to get, but it's an art piece now that it's in the game. Next up, we have Aerosol on... Oh, I hit my camera. Hope that doesn't mess things up too bad. We have Aerosol on CO4, and what Aerosol is going to do here is pretty spectacular. So I think we'll have a look here first, and then I'll explain what's going on. So, I can explain it here. So you have this loop coming up where there is a checkpoint right after the loop. But what Aerosol is going to do is he's going to jump out underneath. He's going to hit the checkpoint line of the checkpoint and collect it underneath, and then land onto the inflatable platform here. This skips driving the loop, and it also skips the following turn. It's an insane trick, and it saves a ton of time there. It saves 2.5 seconds, I think. But hitting the checkpoint from underneath and actually collecting it is very precise, so this run took Aerosol a lot of hours to get. And then he also got a good ending here, and that is now a world record. Next up, A12. I mentioned this one during the run. Prepare to be amazed, everybody. This is one of the craziest tricks in TrackMania. This is the Uber bug, and it saves 8 seconds on A12. Yeah, I don't know what to say. This is pretty mad, but basically, this is a combination of 3 different bugs. So first off, you have this bug with the border, where he intentionally gets it on his back wheel. That gives him a bit more height and distance to reach the checkpoint. Then he uses a bug slide, like we mentioned, you land sideways, you drift. And then, when he hits the road border here, the game does a miscalculation about your speed, and you can sometimes get this crazy flight, and on A12 here, it just so happens that it goes directly into the finish. It's a combination of 3 bugs, an art piece, and it's a world record, and a well-deserved one. Crazy run there from Heffest. Now, Heffest has one more run in the showcase. This is D04 here, and this shortcut was actually found this year. We usually don't find new shortcuts in TrackMania, because these tracks have been scoured for shortcuts for many, many years, but the community came together and found a new one here. So D04, if you remember, I did this one. I drove the normal way. This route that Heffest did, though, is very creative and way too hard for a live run. But he's gonna take the 3rd checkpoint first, then he's gonna... No wait, he's gonna take the 2nd checkpoint first, then the 3rd checkpoint, then the 4th checkpoint, and then the 1st checkpoint. So right here, he goes to the last checkpoint of the track, Then he goes back to the first one with a precise line. Has to keep a lot of speed to get across these boosters. And then he's going to bounce here on the sign, land in a bug slide, and use that to reach the finish. Again, just, yeah, stunning stuff from Half-Fast. Next up, we have C10 here from Magic Pete. We have 2 more replays to go through. We should be able to do this in time, I think. Magic Pete here on C10. If you remember the normal way, it went up the road and into the finish. Well, Magic Pete, he's just gonna not do that, because why would he, when he can go backwards on the start? Drive on the blue floor here, skip the entire track, and then he's gonna jump up with this ramp and hit nicely placed scenery to bounce into the finish. So this is a bit of a funny coincidence. It was found in 2008, where they realized you could jump up and you could hit this one bar on the scenery that just happens to be there, and you just happen to be able to reach the finish. So precise, but Magic Pete got that one really good. Got a world record. And then last year at ESA 2019, we showed off a new potential shortcut that had just been found. And we made a segmented run. It was a 36.7, I think, which was 0.3 faster than world record. This run right here is 0.8 of a second faster than our segmented run. And it's the world record on the track now with the new shortcut. I have the pleasure to announce you that this one has been done very beautifully here by Marmerlotti. Look at the speed he keeps on that landing, keeps it going all the way. And the last part of the shortcut is to bounce on the road, land in a bug slide on the dirt again. You see a lot of bug slides, and then bounce into the finish. Crazy from Marmerlotti to pull that one off. And the last one I'm going to show you here in this short showcase before we sign it off is from Knock on the track C09. So here you basically drive the track, every checkpoint is wrong basically. You jump out already in the beginning, land on the scenery, and then you use this pipe here to bounce to the second checkpoint of the track. You then keep going, take the third checkpoint, this is the last checkpoint, and then from here you can grab the first checkpoint and drive to the finish, but you gotta be precise. You have the freewheeling, so you need to time your speed for this landing. Knock here got it so clean, and with that got himself a world record last year. So ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for TrackMania. I hope you enjoyed my run. I hope you enjoyed the showcase here. We're not done yet though. You guys get to see Wirtual play the new TrackMania game in just a few minutes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my run. I hope you'll enjoy the next one.
Yeah, that's been a stunning showcase, dude. Thank you very much indeed. Before we go, a couple more for you, donations that come through for you here. Yozo TM once again, $100. GG Virtual, great job with that EO2.
Thank you,
Yozo. Arcaretto as well with $10. Great run, man. GG. And Owava, $5. How many doing a virtuals did I miss? I was a bit late to the stream.
Not many, don't worry. Don't worry. There were none, don't worry.
Good. Well, that is, I think I'm going to do one last refresh. I've cleared it. So, wow, amazing section. Honestly, Rasta, first of all, brilliant run from him. And then Virtual here, putting out a fantastic performance. Incredibly charismatic performer there. Great commentary. I hope you'll agree. If you haven't already, you do like TrackMania, go and follow this guy. And go and follow Rasta 2, putting on a fantastic show earlier. One more TrackMania run up coming up next in TrackMania 2020, being run by, as Virtual mentioned, Riolu. And however, I'd love to stay and see that last part of the block through. However, I will pass it off to Nordic Soy, who will take over when we come back. So guys, a huge thank you for your energy and for everything you've done. Yeah. Oh man, it means a lot to us here, and obviously Virtual used your energy, I'm sure, to make a fantastic showcase there. Thank you very much. Again, cheers to our sponsors, Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic. I will call it there. I will see you maybe a little bit later in the event. Thank you very much indeed. Don't go anywhere. Short break. When we come back, we'll finish off the TrackMania block. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, stay classy, guys.
Thank you, guys. See ya.